Hey there, welcome to day 25 of our Get Up and Go Challenge, our 30-day plus October 2020 Get Up and Go Challenge. SOAP framework is the one we're discussing. This is our third time through the framework, one day at a time, so that we really understand and install it in our subconscious so we can automatically make it a part of our repertoire in how we deal with challenges and change and anything in our life, anything that's different in our life, anything that comes up, anything we need to make a decision on. Now, the P in SOAP, in our SOAP framework, the P stands for progress. Progress, right? We as human beings need to know that we're moving in the direction we want to go. Otherwise, we lose hope. We lose drive. We lose momentum. We lose motivation to do anything or to even get out of bed sometimes. COVID-19 has had a huge impact on millions of people with respect to shutting down their feeling of like they're making progress. It's a human need and desire to feel like we're moving towards something, that we're continually improving, that we're continually growing toward a goal or objective that's important to us. So how do we ensure progress? How do we make sure we have progress in the area or the aspects of our life that we're working on? Whatever area that is, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, or contribution. I'm working on relationship this time. It's kind of an embarrassing, hard one, but it's one that I've ignored for a long time on purpose. But at some point, anything that we're ignoring or neglecting, we need to pay attention to. It'll get our attention. If we ignore it long enough, something will happen to cause that area or aspect of our life to blow up and cause attention. If you pay no attention to your marriage for years and years and years, or to your significant other, guess what's going to happen? That person is going to seek to find attention elsewhere, meaning you're not going to have a relationship anymore. Sounds like what happened to me. Anyway, in the area of relationships, the tool I want to talk about today in with respect to progress, and specifically for me with respect to relationships, is the idea of processes and systems and routines and habits and things we'll talk about as we go through the other areas. But today's tool especially is processes. What the heck's a process? A process is just how you do something. Now, I actually wrote a book when I was in corporate America on process analysis and how to write processes for your organization. It was a manufacturing company, and it was super complicated, right? It was before I knew that we should keep things simple. So what is a process, right? A process is a step-by-step description of how we do things. So we talked about, as under our story, our current situation, which is our current story. It's our current process of dealing with something, how we handle it step by step. Because guess what? Whether we know it or not, are aware of it or not, it's on our conscious brain or not, we all have a process for everything, right? We all have a way of doing everything. We have a way of brushing our teeth. We have a process for fixing our hair. We have a process for putting on our makeup if we're women or some men. We have a process for taking out the trash, going to the bathroom. We have a process for everything. Whether it's a conscious process or not, it's up to us. And it's up to us to decide whether it's important that we do it consciously or not. My whole purpose of creating processes and systems is so that I can take it from being something I have to think about and do all the time, and I have to think about it every time I'm going to do it, to an automatic process that's moving me toward the result I want, and I don't have to think about it. I can put it in my subconscious and it will automatically happen for me unless I choose to change that process or do something different, right? So my process for cooking a particular thing is the same all the time, unless I decide I want to get creative and I want to tweak that process to create a different result, right? Say my holiday sweet potatoes, which are awesome, by the way, and I'm famous for, I decide I want to play with and tweak that recipe. Now, actually, I've been tweaking that recipe for about 20 years, so it just gets better and better and better. Have there been a couple of years where it's been like, oh yeah, kind of missed the boat on that because it had too much butter? Absolutely. But overall, the process that I follow, as I learn the things that work the best, I just automatically do that in a recipe, in my life, in everything. So how do I look at the area of personal relationship in my life to go from, and my overall objectives to go from closed to open? How do I make that a process and a routine? Well, I look at the action that I took yesterday, and the first thing I can ask myself is, how did I feel about that? Did it make me feel like I'm moving toward being more open or less being open? Did it move me toward what I want or away from what I want? We talked about the lifeline exercise with respect to the area of progress. We've talked about the measurement, what measure matters. And today we're talking about processes. How can I actually intentionally create processes and systems and procedures to ensure I get the result that I want? So for me, an easy way to do that would be, yesterday what I did was I selected the activities. I did nominal group, and it came out, I think, I can't remember. I'm not looking at it. Where's my book? Where's my book? Where's my book? Where's my homework? I actually did nominal group on friends and family activities or online participation. So like online dating, which I got to tell you that I feel about a -6 on, but that's not what I rated it. I was a little more honest. But overall, the thing that came out as my #1 thing from the nominal group technique was to be active, do more activities, participate in things, get out there, not hide in my house just because it's COVID-19. Continue to do the things that make me feel good in other areas of my life, like walking every day, and then add to that different activities where I actually might engage in and interact with other people. I don't know about you, but one of my fun things to do is when I go for a walk is to smile at people. Now, if they have masks on, it's kind of hard, but I like to smile at them and see their reaction. Some people, and I've learned over the years that their reaction is 100% about them, not about me. So it's a good way to test and see what kind of people, or what kind of, and not even what kind of people, who they are in this very instant, how they're feeling in this very instant. A lot of times people go for walks to relieve stress. So sometimes you'll run into a lot of stressed out people. It never hurts to smile at them, right? So I challenge myself to actually smile at and say hi or good morning or good afternoon, whatever, good evening, whatever time of day it is that I'm out and about in the world, to the people I walk by, right? And it's interesting to see people's reaction. But as soon as I remember that their reaction is about them, not about me, it doesn't matter. And I just go for counting smiles and people that react positively. And then I just blow off the people that react negatively, because I just say, oh, they must be having a bad day. So how do I know I'm making progress? I will actually schedule, going forward, activities, maybe not every day, but every day my normal activities, and add more fun to them and more interaction with them. But I'll also, at least once a week, add a stretch, or get out of my comfort zone activity, where I will do something, engage in something, participate in something that I might not necessarily do, but just to expand my horizons and my experience. So my process will be to automatically schedule at least one new thing a week, right? One new thing a week, one new activity, one new meeting, one new call, one new something with respect to my personal life and my personal romantic life, versus just not doing anything. Is that a comfort zone stretcher for me? Yep, absolutely. But once I commit to myself that I'm going to follow the process, and I will actually write a step-by-step process. This is how I'm going to find the activity. This is, are the criteria for the activity. And then this is how I'm going to schedule it. So say every Sunday, I will pick a day of the week or an activity. I'll find an activity. I'll scour and search for an activity, find it, and then put it on my calendar. Actually schedule it and make time for it. So I can't use the excuse of, I'm too busy, I don't know what to do. I don't, there's a whole plethora of excuses even I and all of us come up with all the time to not do the things that are a little uncomfortable for us. But they're the things that we know help us to progress in the direction we want to go, to help us be who we want to be and get the things that we want in life. So process is our tool today. Our assignment, our action item today is just to share one idea, one thing that you think you can do moving forward, or one thing that you would like to create a process for moving forward to make it a continuous or a consistent part of your life going forward. You might not have figured that out yet. We've only done one day on the area that you're working on. So you might be like, I don't know what to do yet. Well, then just tuck this away and think about, but for the homework, just share something that you could do, that you could act upon, right? Or you could just share, how did your action yesterday work out for you? That's always a good share too, to help other people be motivated to go ahead and continue to use the SOAP framework. That's it for today. That is it. Our assignment, progress. Are we making progress? What's next? I'm not going to tell you. You'll just have to be surprised tomorrow in what we're going to do to continue to ingrain the SOAP framework into each and every one of us. So that's it. Have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow for day 26 of our Get Up and Go challenge. Get up, go do this. It's actually really fun. because you are the master. You get to decide what you want it to look like and be like. Take care. Bye.